I got M.O.P in the house. What's happening with you, homie? Die4 Radio.
Yeah, what up, my dude? How you feeling, man? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm having a blast tonight, and I'm loving that we, you know what I'm saying, got you on these airways, someone at yourself. I mean, you know, huge fan of M.O.P. Earlier, towards the end of last year, we actually had you know, Fame on here, which was blessed, and now to have you on just completes it, my dude.
Dope, man. I mean, you know, we always out here, we always working, man. I like to give you a big thanks, man, and a big shout out too for holding down real music and real artists that's out here putting in this work. You know what I mean? Because you know, everywhere, not for myself, but for a lot of other artists, like they can't get on airwaves around these cities and these countries or whatever. So for cats like yourself that give that platform, we definitely take our hat off to you.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. But and I got to actually send a salute back because somebody like yourself, the group obviously as well, to be as consistent as you guys are. And we were kind of talking about this earlier in the show. We had, you know, Fruquan from Gravediggers. We just got off the phone with Scott Storch, so we kind of talked, you know, try to keep it in focus. But, you know, you guys are so unique in what you do and your art. And I mean that in the art, that sometimes you ask in 2014, you know, / 2015, because it'll be here before you know it, is it a risk to still be original? But now whatever.
Nah,
you know
what?
Go ahead.
Not from my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Not from my view. Like, it's never going to be a risk at being original because that's what I come from. You know what I mean? So, and
that's exactly the point. Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I come from. So I do what I do, and even in today's music, today's industry, where the artists are doing, you know, a lot of artists are doing what everybody else is doing. To them, that's what works, and that's what makes them feel good about themselves as an artist. So, you know, I don't take that from them. But I don't expect anybody to try to push that on me. You know what I mean? Like, I made it around. I mean, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Ain't nothing coming out of there, according to the statistics, but losers, bodies, and you know, and convicts. So for me to make it from there, to make it all the way around the world, like, I'm always winning, and I'm not going to stop doing what I did to get me on this platform to travel around the world. So I'm going to always be original. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy about what I do. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Well, where did you think you and you know, of course I include the group, but we're talking to you right now, so I'm just going to say that. But where do you think, you know, you found your success? And that's a crazy question because it was a different era. I mean, you guys are 25 years veterans in this, you know, this game, if not more. So, but I'm saying, you know, to this day, you're going to Europe, you're doing this. You have fans that have been listening to you for 20 years. You know, it's unreal. You know, we're not going to be listening to some of these singles in 20 years that are out nowadays. And I don't mean to be repetitive on the show, but we're not. Do you think you found your success with that?
Well, I think it's just from our time when the artist was, it's back to the originality too, when music was being original, when the artist was being original, and the fans weren't such puppets. They weren't so easy to brainwash. And if they were easy to brainwash, they were fortunate enough to be brainwashed from something dope. Like myself, I was brainwashed from the era of Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, NWA, you know, Ice Cube, all them cats. So I was fortunate enough to be blessed to be brainwashed by the dopeness. So the fans that we have they was in that same era where they was fortunate enough to be brainwashed by the dopeness if they were brainwashed. Now, see, it's everything is so different now, dog. Like, people ask about, I use the Ja Rule 50 Cent thing when I talk about this because I say at one time Ja Rule was selling 6-7 million records. 50 was nowhere to be found. 50 came out, started selling all of these records. Ja Rule couldn't sell a record no more. Now, all that tells me is that today the artists are sharing fans. So 1 minute you're hot, if you're no longer hot, it'll never come back because your fans weren't dedicated enough, because possibly you weren't dedicated enough to your craft to keep them with you for the long haul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Situations that we end up talking about in hip-hop, and especially shows like this, it's amazing because you could literally talk for 5 hours about one simple situation that we're talking about in these day and times. I mean, it really is. And of course, we don't have that time on the airways. But, I like dialogue about it because I'm the same time, I'm the dude in the background that is still like, hey, we still out here. The music is still there. The album y'all did with the Snow Goons, unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Blasphemy is like one of my, that's still in my iPod. You know what I'm saying? I still bump that on a daily basis. But, one track I still bump almost every day is the Bucktown remix doing Smith & Wesson. I tell you, man, I bump that almost every day. Real talk, I bump it every day.
I appreciate that, brother. I thank you, man. You basically, you are the fuel, man, to keep the fire burning, man. It's cats like you that this is really why we do it. Like, really, realistically, like, dog, we've been here 20 years plus, made a ton of money, traveled the entire world. What else do we actually need from the music industry? You know what I mean? Like, we do it now because there's cats like yourself and 700,000 other people that appreciate M.O.P. around the world. You know what I mean? So that's why we do it, you know what I mean? Because realistically, dude, I kid you not, I can go, next week I'll be in France, but when I go to France, there will be somebody that's in the crowd that was there the very first time I came to France, and he'll have his kid with him. You know what I mean? So the fan base of M.O.P. or the traditional music, good music, will keep growing, and I love it, man. Like, it's something I'm very proud of and happy to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. So to get on into it, because we got new music, and obviously that's why we're here. New upcoming EP, Street Certified. Tell the people a little bit about what's going on with this.
Yeah, man, the Street Certified EP is coming out Halloween Day. We figured the best thing that we can give to the music listeners is our rendition of what we can do to get us out of this good music recession. So the Street Certified joint, October 31st. The title track was the first leak off the project, which is called Street Certified, and it features Small Deep, which is a crazy record. And now we have the 187 joint, produced by Lil Fame, a.k.a. Fizzy Womack. Mm-hmm. And, we out here pushing. And we're getting ready to shoot another video, too, soon, I think, like next week. So we're going to try to shoot majority of the songs off the project, and then we're going to move right into the album, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? And I got my co-hosts and some callers, and I still got some more questions for you, but I'm going to bless them with a little bit of music, man, because that's why we here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go into the Street Certified featuring Mobb Deep, which is just a hot track. We're going to come right back right now with the legendary, come on, man. Who we got in the house right now? Hip-hop is alive on Die4 Radio. One half of M.O.P. right now, Street Certified, featuring Mobb Deep. Let's go, Die4 Radio exclusive.
Fresh. That's right. PKA, the one and only infamous soldier. I killed for Mobb Deep. I rose through the ranks from the bottom. Now I got mad decorations and medals of honor. War scars, I goes hard like I'm fresh out the joint with homegirl in the hotel. You can't out-rap me, I'm out your league, and you don't want no trouble. I cremate beef. At point blank range, your braids will catch fire. My brain on another level, think outside of the little hip hop box. I'm like a robot. I don't tire, I don't wired. I could do this forever. Like who want what? They don't want none of them. They just fans. Got my whole collection. I make your chick head pop. she recognize real when she hear it in high theory.
I hear your block out, feed a clip full to your homies. Animal habitat, pit bulls and parolees. Come on, peel off on jigsaws with my codies. Push it to the limit, red line, fuck the police. You know me, been O to the G. Since used in them jeans with the holes in the knees. Play blood sport, catch a bad one from your idol. Commentated by Gus Johnson, you go viral. Lead by example, y'all niggas follow. Every DJ with a Serato know my motto. I talk more shit than how it goes sell. Cause your buzz is done, how the fuck you gon' sell? From OPs to more, we deep. On the job we creep. I'm talking 24/7 cause they starve the streets. This is ghetto gospel. Right hand to Jesus, I'm the apostle. Brownville High. We still do it like we supposed to. Street certified. Most of y'all switched up, but we prefer to ride.
It's the real. It's the real.
We still do it like we supposed to. Street certified. Most of y'all switched up, but we prefer to ride.
It's the real. It's the real.
It could never be over, we don't bury the hatch. Acting like you didn't, you know it's better than that. M.O.P and M.O.B, now it's better than that. This that leaves a nigga leaking on that club floor rap. Beat a nigga Kool-Aid, purple out this bitch. Nigga always trying to show his ass around a bitch. I'm good money everywhere, you cowards counterfeit. Don't let your ass write a check, you can't cash in. Body bags on deck, you get wrapped in. Them guns bustin' like shit was going out of fashion. That NYC gritty nigga with a gym on my shoulder. First nigga say I'm hating, getting hit. I'm the truth heard him, give a fuck, I'm your burden. Least of your problems, fuck around, need a surgeon. Cause we here thirsting. If you there splurging, show over, motherfucker, pull the curtain.
Look how they try to play me on this playground. Try to force me to leave, they try to X me out. Good thing I held it down. I was taught to believe it's best to exchange rounds and to remain down until my remains is found. I face criticism because of a dangerous sound. A lot of underhanded shit that never brought me down. I Billy Danze, I move freely through any town. I'm like a prophet, niggas see me and put it down. Full responsibility when niggas OT. In the trauma room is because of me. Every nigga in possession of a llama know me. The nigga sitting next to Obama know me. I'm in the street like street lights, never low key. M.O.P, it's all the hood need. I don't get it through the pipeline. I'm a go-see, I'm positioned between an icon and an OG.
We still do it like we supposed to. Street certified. Most of y'all switched up, but we prefer to ride.
It's the real. It's the real.
We still do it like we supposed to. Street certified. Most of y'all switched up, but we prefer to ride.
It's the real. It's the real.
Die4 Radio, you already know that's a banger. Man, you know what? I mean, that's exactly what we, and I'm not trying to take the life out. It's exactly what we expect from y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's a beautiful thing because you don't really get in music too much what you expect anymore. So I love the consistency. You know, I love just everything doing. You know, why do you think there's not a lot of successful groups? I'm going to go to my co-host in just a second, but we was just talking about this with Fruquan. You know, there's not a lot of groups, and I forgot to bring this up. The one new group I can say that's out there, but they were all solo artists to begin with, so they didn't start as a group, would be that I would say is Slaughterhouse, okay? Yep. So why don't you have even duos anymore, do you think?
I don't know, man. I think I don't know. I think people maybe. I mean, it's two different things. A couple of different things. One thing could be, you know, one as a group, you always gotta. It's not just about you. You gotta share the spotlight with somebody else. You gotta share the responsibilities with somebody else. And if you're the responsible one and the other cat is dragging his feet, then that kind of holds you back from taking care of your business and providing for your family. Another thing is, like, some dudes are just kind of selfish like that, dog. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do it myself so I can, I can reap all the benefits myself. That's how some people are. But I don't think it's nothing like, okay, this era now is just not going to be any groups. I don't think that's the case. I just people that just want to do their own thing and not have any anchors holding them down. That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're probably right, especially because everything's so available with the internet. It's like, man, I gotta move now. I can't wait for anybody.
Right.
If I'm popping now, I gotta roll. Like, so,
right.
I definitely get that part. I'm gonna go to Mad 4, my co-host, my partner in crime here at Die4 Radio, Mad 4. How you feeling?
Yo, what up, Billy Danze?
What's good, family? How you feeling, man?
Oh, great, man. First family, baby. M.O.P for life. I love y'all.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Like I was just telling Famo, like that's the fuel, man. Like I need that. You know what I mean? If I don't hear it every day, at least if I can feel it, that give me that push, man. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I just want to say thank you because I've been a fan from the gate, and one of my fucking favorite songs that you guys done was on your first album was Heist Master. Hey, I love that motherfucking track. And to me, I always tell people, that's the original Annie Up song right there. Man, I want to say thank you for that track, man.
Exactly. Oh, man, like that was one of my favorites, too, dog. That was pretty much the life we was living at the time. So that was an easy song for us to do, man. And we kind of incorporated the whole team, which my crew is not rappers, so to have them all get in the studio and say their little lines here and there, it was a great experience for us, man. That's one of my favorite joints too, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I know we had a little fame on last year in November, and I asked him this question. I want to ask you: are you guys gonna plan to still do the heavy metal album, another heavy metal album? Because I love that shit. I want to hear some more rap just like that.
Yeah, no, definitely, dog. Like we got a lot of things in store coming up, man, because after this EP, then we're going to finish up the M.O.P album and then do an album with M.O.P and Premier, and then we'll start branching off into other stuff. We actually was talking to the drummer from Slipknot that want to come in and provide some tracks for us for the next M.O.P heavy metal kind of joint or whatever. So, you never know, bro. We might just crank one out tomorrow, man, and just put it out just for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. That's what's up, man. And also I want to say thank you for making the time to fuck with me and my partner Darlansky on Die4 Radio. Having legends like y'all, it means a lot to me as just from a fan standpoint, but also a lot that we could get it out to the other listeners as well. Thank you.
Yeah, bro, man. Listen, bro, like I said, man, like the platform is needed not only just for myself, but for other artists that's in the business that deserve to be heard and that actually have that winning spirit and that fighting. Because a lot of these stations now, man, like they're not playing anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's maybe about 6-7 songs in rotation all around the country, which doesn't make sense to me because now it's more artists than it was when we first got in the game, and it was a shitload of artists then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's being pushed to the side. So cats like yourselves that's giving up that platform, man, like y'all are it. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. Of course whatever my record company or my management say about mainstream radio, they say about it. But me as a man and as an artist and as a fan of the music, I don't listen to that shit, man. I'm tuned in right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
You already know.
Yes, sir.
That's a beautiful thing.
Sir.
Well,
yes, sir.
Hey, you know what? But to ask real quick too, this is kind of off of that question a little bit, but what do you think the difference is between the support in Europe to the U.S.? And not that you guys don't have support in the U.S., but I tell this story a lot. I got kind of close with Evidence from Dilated Peoples and had plenty of conversations with him, and he makes a good living off of touring.
Of course.
One of the things he says, he's like, yeah, I sell out venues in the U.S. He's like, but I go to Europe, I sell out soccer stadiums. What do you think it is? Because but the internet's here now, so maybe it should have declined because you can now YouTube stuff. But I mean, what do you think it is? And you know it from personal experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. But you know what? I feel like realistically, and I hate to say this, but I love to say it. People, when I mentioned it a minute ago, how people are so easy to brainwash, and here in the States, it seems like a lot of people, you know, originality doesn't work for them. Like nobody want to be like, you know, they don't want to be like something they know. So when the artists, you know, when these record companies or whatever are spending this money for these artists to be played on the radio and the TV, you know, they rent the house, they rent the car, they hire the women, put them all in the video, and that draws the kids' attention here in the States. So that's the puppet master thing, and the people are easy to brainwash. So they follow whatever they see. If you don't see Slaughterhouse or you don't see Red and Meth, then that's what they follow here. Now in Europe, not only just music, hip hop or any kind of music, but they follow the beginnings of it. They want to know the workings of it. Like they really deep into it. Like they're not into the fashion. I mean, of course you see some of them dressed a certain way, but they really care more about you as a person or you as an artist and how dope you are. So nobody can tell them that M.O.P. is a dope artist, and they're going to believe it. They actually got to see it for themselves. And they go far back into the history of the music and, like I said, everything else. So they are more solid, and they have that passion for real rawness. So it doesn't matter who the artist is. If you get on that stage, they don't care how many records you sold. You're going to give them an hour and a half, and you're going to go hard every minute. If you don't, they don't want to see you no more. You know what I'm saying? So they just have that passion for the realness because they see the workings of this. They understand where this came from. Like this is something that was created in Bronx, New York, and it ended up in China the long way around. And they want to see you put it on and give them what they expect from you. Not, you know, I see some artists right now today, they actually walk back and forth across the stage expecting the audience to perform for them, as opposed to them performing for the audience. I've seen it a million times. I love it every time because I just go right on the stage and bust their ass, just like always, you know what I'm saying? Just like always, you know what I'm saying? So I think in Europe, man, like they got that. I mean, they got that passion, dog. I started going to Europe before they had this big fashion thing going on there because now the people in Europe are dressing like, you know, kids on our block now. But when I started going to Europe, there would be these girls that would ride a bike for 10, 20 miles. They'll ride a bike, their shoes and their pants, their fashion wasn't all together, but they would get on that bike and they would ride all the way to the show in the middle of the night just to see that artist. You know what I mean? They got that passion here in the States. Like, dude, like, man, look, man, I ain't going over there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a car ride away. They ain't going over there because they don't have the support. But, you know, yeah. I love Europe, man, and artists that haven't been to Europe, you need to get there because that's a place that you can actually last forever, and people will respect what you do and appreciate you as an artist, as opposed to saying, you know, you didn't sell as many records as this one or as many records as that one. They'll just appreciate what you do. If you go hard, they go hard for you. You know.
Yeah, I had a good, cool conversation with DJ Lord Jazz. He lives in Paris. Mm-hmm. Probably not coming back. He's like, I love the U.S. I'll travel there, but I'm probably not going to live there again. He was like, it's amazing out here.
Yeah, no, dude, I was out there. I actually toured with him. I think last year I toured with him. He was out on tour with us, and dude, we all headed back to the airport. He's going to another plane. I'm like, dude, where you going? We going back? He's like, nah, dude, I'm out here. I've been out here for a few years. I love it here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's banging.
Real talk.
And the homie J-Ro from the Licks is out there too.
It's so funny you say that. I just seen J-Ro last night.
Yeah.
Real talk. He's out here actually right now. They've been doing, you know, the Licks thing and been doing some shows out here. And they about to drop some new music as well. The Alcoholics.
I know Taz and Fane was in the studio a couple months ago together out here in New York. So, and I love the Licks, dude. Like, the Licks actually put me on my A game for the first time when I really realized. That's when I realized
great to hear, especially because I'm really big on I grew up in the West Coast. I grew up in Riverside, California, which is, pretty much like 50 miles east to L.A. So pretty much, it's a different thing, just like any other cities. But, Southern California. But I always was on, like Boot Camp Clique was my favorite growing up. I was into all the West Coast. Y'all was my favorite growing up. I was definitely rocking the East Coast and West Coast, and I grew up in the '80s, and I was a teenager in the early '90s, and that's when you're really influenced by music and everything else in the world. But I got a lot of flack for listening to a lot of East Coast and this and that. But now that I'm in this position I'm in, I try to bridge a lot of these gaps, again. Because there's so many people that are talented and so many people that deserve to work with West Coast and East Coast cats together, just like you're saying. So for you to say the Alcoholics put you on your A game, that's exactly why I'm here on Die4 Radio, and that's real talk.
I hear you, fam. Now they definitely put me on my A game, man. See the thing about with me, I just love music, dog. I never was into the where you from. If you're not from where I need you to be from, then I don't want to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? The impact that NWA had was amazing. That's just me being a music fan. That's not me being a fan of the style of music that they do, or some people say M.O.P. is basically the East Coast NWA because of the way we attack the records or whatever. But man, like NWA, Q, all them cats over there, man. It's just dope music, dog. The whole Dog Pound. Shout out to the Dog Pound. That is my dudes. I love all them dudes, man. I love all the music. Everything Dre put together seems to turn into gold. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say diamonds or whatever? Because dude is a beast. You know what I mean? And East Coast, and even with the, I hate to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up, with the Biggie and Pac situation where there was this East Coast, West Coast rivalry. I think that was the wackest thing ever in hip-hop.
I agree. I 100% agree with you.
The wackest thing ever, man. And we lost two good dudes over, nobody knows exactly what it was. I'm sure somebody knows. I don't know personally exactly what it was, but all I know is that we lost two good dudes. We had a feud between two coasts that was supposed to have been, well, at one time it was bridged because you had Cube coming over doing records with Chuck and them, and it was just all going back and forth. I know G-Rap had a crew over there. Kane and Rakim also had crews over there. So everybody was mixing and mingling and everything. And then this thing here came about, man, and it put a real dent in hip hop, man. Like I was hurt behind it. I was hurt behind it for the dent that it put in hip hop, and the fact that two incredible artists lost their lives, and then two mothers lost their children, you know what I mean, and kids lost their fathers, you know what I'm saying? So, man, hip-hop is hip-hop. It don't make a difference. We all speak one language, and that's the language we speak. We don't throw no gang signs. We don't call no crews or claim no sets or rep no boroughs or nothing like that, man. We speak the universal language of hip-hop. It doesn't matter where you're from, man. It's what we're doing right here. This is hip-hop forever, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I got to say, too, on the Pac side, he passed away making an album called One Nation. I know that's kind of blown out of proportion nowadays, but I grew up when that was being made, and it was Bridget, Greg Nice, Boot Camp Clique. He had Bone on there. He had, Yuck Mouth and all these dudes. But all across the country, Pac was really trying to put something together. Now, he had his, again, nobody really knows what happens. They had whatever they had going. They're still, even though without the internet, there was still lights, camera, action back then, too. You know what I'm saying? And it is a small world with that. But like you said, everybody was mingling with each other. And so, I'm going to go to this call real quick. They've been holding for a minute. 951-335. You live on Die4 Radio, Hip Hop in the House. What's happening?
What's good? That's right. What's up, Ford? What's up, M.O.P? What's up, Die?
What up?
Just checking in real quick, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I think of M.O.P, I just think of, I don't know, that's straight convict music right there. Wherever every yard I've ever been on, I don't know, you can find a M.O.P. like on a mixtape CD type of shit before you can find a soup. You know what I mean? But that's some real shit though. Like I swear to God though. Like I don't know. That's just crazy though. But I was checking in and say what's up and shit. See what's good.
All right.
You know what's up,
man.
All right.
That's what you got. You got any questions for Billy Danze?
Nah, man. I'm just right here fucking tuning in and shit. You know, I don't know. Just figure out, holler at y'all real quick.
And that's what we really appreciate you calling in. We got Riverside, California in the house, my hometown.
Bang bang. That's right.
Yeah. And actually, you know, this is a good supporter here at Die4 Radio, but not only that, somebody that grew up listening to me rap and this and that, which is partly articulated by M.O.P. So, you know what I'm saying? I definitely got my
right
family.
Right here in the front yard of my pad and shit. Hell yeah, that's what's up, dog. Hell yeah. That's right. All right,
we really appreciate you tuning in, though, homie. Real talk.
All right. Like,
that's what's up.
Right,
so I got to ask you, you know, it seems like a generic question, but did y'all feel, because I asked Fame this too, Annie Up, did y'all feel that it was going to blow like that? I mean, the beat is ridiculous. Y'all have such a, like, every time you guys rap, I don't know anybody that would want to battle M.O.P. because everything you could be on a love song and it sound like you beating somebody up. Like, I mean, just you guys have such a, you know, aggressive stance to the mic. But did you feel that Annie Up was going to do what it did?
Not at all, bro. And I don't mind being honest about it, man. Like, I had no clue. I mean, just because of the fact that, like, we're really artists, so we just like to go create, move on to the next joint, you know, and just kind of repeat that process. Annie Up was a record that we done. We were actually working on the Warriors album. I believe it was, the Warriors album, and we kind of stopped midway through to do an EP. We kind of put an EP out first, and then went back to the Warriors album. We had already did Annie Up, had it sitting there for a minute, but I didn't think, I had no clue at all that record was going to be as big as it is. I mean, for one, you know, I mean, it was, and a lot of people had it was a record that was only about robbing people. But that's not what it was over. I mean, it was about that, of course, because that's our background, that's where we come from. But it was also about us being in the game for so long, hitting so many stages, destroying so many records, and people still didn't give us our proper respect or our proper due in the music business. So it was like, you know, Annie Up, where them props at? You know what I mean? Y'all see that we're worthy, but y'all never gave it up. So, but yeah, man, the record is still going. People will not let that record die, and I ain't even mad at it. You know what I mean? People love it around the world, and we're gonna keep giving it to them, man. We can't get off the stage without doing that record. They just won't let that happen at all.
And not that you hadn't had a hit before that, but I'm just saying, you know, and you know, I think we've lost a lot of. I mean, again, there's still plenty out there, but there's in the mainstream because everything is kind of force-fed. You know, we've lost a lot of culture from, I guess you could say, from the outside looking in, right? We've lost a lot of culture. You hear Annie Up, you remember what you were doing when you first heard that song. And I don't hear too many songs like that anymore. I really don't. So I just, that's crazy, man. I gotta. What's up?
I do think too, a lot of dudes don't display that passion in music anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't display it. Like, when I do a record, I want you to feel exactly how I feel when I wrote the record or when I laid the record. I need you to feel that way. So that's why, you know, we go so hard on them records nowadays. And this is with no disrespect to anybody, but it seems like there's a lack of passion in these records. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is won't you got to put something into a record, especially if you want me to buy your record. Like, you got to put something in it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make me proud to say I'm a part of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
A lot
and
of
that's
these cats ain't doing that.
You're literally. I say this every show. What you just said right now, I say every show. I'm gonna go to the 716 caller. Hold on, just real quick. But is that I grew up to artists like yourselves and like Boot Camp and like Pac and like Biggie, where I never met y'all in my life. okay? And I've seen you live plenty of times, okay? But I felt like I knew you guys by your records. That's why I bought your records. Because it's like he's speaking. You know, I may not live in his neighborhood, but he's speaking to us as a culture, as a, you know, as the masses. What do they say? Speak to the masses. I don't know. I may like some of these club songs just because of the beat. Okay, that's kind of catchy and this and that, maybe. But I don't know who this artist is. I could never tell you anything about this dude, what he represents or anything. Sometimes not even what city or state he's from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, you know, good for you. But, again, we invested in y'all because it's like I know him. I know what Billy's going to say. I know what Fame's going to say. That's why I have to go get this album. I need this dialogue from, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I trust me, dude. I know exactly what you're saying because that is the goal of M.O.P. Like, once we realized we are actually official rappers, this took like maybe 3 albums. You know what I'm saying? We realized we were actually official rappers. It kind of sunk in on what exactly we were doing. And what we do is we speak for that part of society that people try to forget about because we don't have the voices. The voices ain't that loud down in the bottom, as we call it, which is down in the hoods. But, you know, there's a Compton in France. People don't know it. They only think about Paris. There's a Compton in Australia. People don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we speak for that part of society that people try to forget about, man. So that's why it's easy for us to relate to each other, rather we having a conversation or you're just listening to a song that I put out. You know what I'm saying? It's our world, man, and when we get it out there, people ask all the time, like, why is M.O.P. so bad? Why you always yelling? We're not yelling. We're lifting our voice. We're speaking for a nation of millions, man, that's wrapped around the world that's in less fortunate situations. And this is how we let out our frustration. Would you rather us do it like this or would you rather us do it another way? You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking for my people, man. You know what it is, bro. You know how
absolutely. You know, it's crazy, too, because I've always had this conversation. I was blessed to work in studios, you know, work behind some boards, engineering and stuff like that. And I've always said, M.O.P.'s not yelling. Trust me. Do you hear him peeking? Do you know, from an engineer standpoint, I was like, do you hear him? Nah, hell nah. They're mic'd up perfectly, and they're expressing exactly what they have to say. And on everything, even the homie called up from Riverside earlier, I've said that since back in the day because I know wave files and shit like that. And I always said, man, that's a team to try to mic up right there because the way you guys express what you have to say, you know, in a clear voice. So, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. 716-310 live Die4 Radio, M.O.P. Annie up on the conversation, homie. What's happening?
You already know who it is, man. Mr. Global Coastal, a.k.a. Boss Sizzle, my nizzle. So focused. What's happening, Die4 family?
Oh, man, we having a blast right now with the OG, homie. You already know what's happening.
I see M.O.P. in the building, man. Much pop. Salute to you. The game needs you. I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, back at us, you know what I'm saying, with some real content music. I have to agree and disagree with what y'all say. It's still a lot of good music, content music. It's just not embraced by the mainstream, but that's why you have entities and platforms like Die4 Radio, like Soul Focus Radio, like the Dirty Basement, Greenleaf, that's still pushing that good music, man. It's still underground, and the mainstream just not embracing it because we're not pushing their agenda. You know what I'm saying? But you got fans out there, man, that's still hungry for what you're doing, and I salute and respect you for serving us that good content. You know what I'm saying? That good passion. You know, and when we out here, we waiting for you to drop. I'm gonna purchase the shit.
Thank you, fam. I appreciate it, man. I'm you know, like I said, we got the project coming out on the 31st of October, and then we just gonna keep firing them off after that. But yeah, you know, I'm with all the music too, bro. Like one thing I can say is that, you know, even if I don't like it, it's still like any young artist out there. Whether they're doing M.O.P. kind of music, NWA kind of music, or whatever they're doing, like I think everybody deserves a shot or this platform to try to figure out a way to take care of their family and get off the block. Now, do I think everybody is worthy of the red carpet or such and such and all these awards and all this money? Probably not. But it's not for me to say, you know what I'm saying? So I just wish that hip-hop, I want hip-hop to continue to grow with regards to what turns it make. Like we all know it started here in the Bronx. It made its way to the West Coast and it starts sprinkling down south and it starts sprinkling all overseas. This is hip-hop. It's that universal language. So, you know, if the mainstream radio don't play it, you're right. We do got the Die4 show. This is where we come to get what we need. This is how we feed them through that veins right there. So I appreciate all the love, my dude, and believe I ain't going to stop this for nothing, man. I'm going to keep shooting it off. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. And to the listeners, man, you know what I'm saying, you just got to keep your ears to the streets. You know, we can't count on BET. We can't count on MTV. We can't count on Clear Channel Radio. You know, we gotta dig deeper, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so to everybody that's pushing that good music. I know I'm checking in late. You know, I'm used to being on the East Coast, staying up till 12, 1 o'clock to listen to this show. So I'm just adjusting to this West Coast time zone.
I already appreciate it. My homie was in Buffalo. He relocated back into Southern California, not too far from my hometown in Riverside and San Bernardino. So now rocking out here on the West Coast. And, he got a great platform over there at Soul Focus Radio, so we definitely got to get you over to his station, especially with the new endeavors coming, because he's got that huge Buffalo following and East Coast following. Now he's there on the West Coast, so like I said, the platforms are here, so we definitely rocking with it.
Yeah, big shout out, man. We rewatching this Saturday 9/20 with Nature of the Fern, as well as K9. You know what I'm saying, from the West Coast. So like I said, I'm global coastal. I'm a hip hop connoisseur, and like you say, good music comes from every coast out there and abroad. You know what I'm saying. So shout out to all the overseas hip hoppers as well.
For sure. That's dope.
That's what's up, boss. We appreciate you, homie. You know what I mean? And just Die4 Radio, a beautiful thing. So, before I let you go, real quick, should we blaze him with this 187, man? Can I lace him with it?
We might need to lace him with that 187, man. We don't want to hold nothing back on him, man. We need to get out of this good musical session, and this is where it starts right here, man. Die4 Radio.
Ooh, 187, Die4 exclusive. Come on.
In progress, everybody get it, everybody's a target. These niggas got me on my shit. 40 Glock, give them everything in the cartridge. 187 in progress, everybody get it, everybody's a target. Talk to 'em. These niggas got me on my shit. Walk to 'em. These niggas got me on my shit. 187 in progress, everybody get it, homie, stick to the concept. Celebrity death match, niggas is garbage. Run up to the award show, air out the carpet. Murder every DJ spinning that garbage. VA satellite while America's watching. Every artist on the carpet is a target. R&B singers too, hit them regardless. Real nigga shit, right up the mosh pit. Counterclockwise, waving them losses. Show up at the office while you having a conference. Deliver the Rambo to all of your sponsors. Groupies can get it too, for sucking the dick of a nigga that got more bitch in him than you. Part of the problem, I'll tie you to the back of the leg and drag your ass by your red bottoms, bitch. 187 in progress, everybody get it, everybody's a target. These niggas got me on my shit. 40 Glock, give them everything in the cartridge. 187 in progress, everybody get it, everybody's a target. Talk to 'em. These niggas got me on my shit. Walk to 'em. These niggas got me on my shit. 30 racks on the neck of an artist. About another 20K on his arms. This nigga flashing 50 grand, walk around here looking like food for the wolves. Listen, Illuminati rap, we don't ride to that. Everybody popping Molly, look at how they act. Y'all sweat, the whole place emotional. Wake up and find out some dude Frank Ocean too. I ain't bout to adapt to the whackness. You niggas got that whack shit. We got this. The same lame niggas sprinkled on your playlist. Oversaturated twist of the gayness. You niggas bet not say shit. Smile in my face and never play my shit. Shit. Wrong niggas to play with. It's hot. The homies got heaters they stay with, nigga. 187 walked on. This nigga got me on my shit. M.O.P.
Woo! I got to tell you, you know what's so dope too about that is I watched this movie back in the day called Donnie Darko, and I heard that track obviously, and I wanted to take that sample. When I heard that song for the first time, I was like, oh man, I should have done it. But real talk, I mean, executive produced, DJ Premier, street certified. This is a big deal in hip hop right now.
Yeah. I mean, like it's been. I mean, we put the Sparta album out. I think in 09 or 2010 or something like that. We put it out, but that was a collaboration album with a European-based production group. This here is full on M.O.P. Even though it's just an EP, we still giving you all the elements from M.O.P. Everything that everybody always loved, and I mean it's refreshing to hear like something hard, some hard music. And this particular track is called 187. I mean, everybody know what world we from. You know what I'm saying? We dabbled and did everything we had to do before we got into the business. Now we're grown men. So 187, we all know what the street code means. But let me assure everybody, like we ain't trying to hurt nobody unless we absolutely have to. You know what I'm saying? This is only about music. And this record we kind of it's a straight assassination on today's music industry, not just the artists. But also the groupies that fuel the artists and the record companies that takes advantage of the artists. You know what I mean? So we kind of jump on everybody. It's all in good fun, man. You know what I mean? We get a great response from the record. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate you spending it too, homie. And, that Street Certified joint, man, the EP will be out, like I said, on Halloween Day, man. So everybody need to go get that, man. And let's get out of this recession, bro, because that's what I'm campaigning right now. You know what I mean?
And that's for sure. Matt, you got any last comments for the homie that's been just blessing us tonight?
I just want to say thank you, Billy. Man, just thank you, because you guys are definitely one of my top 10 groups of all time. I love your music. I'm going to be expecting that EP. I'm going to go get it. Just thank you for rocking with me and Danze and Die4 Radio. We appreciate it big time, brother.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate y'all, man, for real, for the platform and for helping keep the good music alive, man, and giving all the artists, somewhere to actually put their music at, man, so people can hear it, man. This is dope, man. Like, I'm definitely going to be promoting y'all show, man. I know Michelle got all y'all info and everything, so we're definitely tweeting it out and having it up on Facebook and letting everybody know, man, if y'all need it, this is where y'all need to get it from. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. And I got to say, too, you got to, like I said earlier, you not just yourself, but just music and the whole, everything we trying to do, exactly everything you've been talking about, you have a home here. So even if it's 5 minutes to say to people, hey, next Tuesday I got a single dropping, whoop-de-boop, boom, 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 whatever it is, hop on the airwaves. Let's definitely make it happen. Because it's just there's nothing but respect coming from just us personally. Forget the platform and everything. This is our job. This is my job. When I grew up listening to y'all, one of the two things I said, I'm a producer myself, I'm a rapper myself, okay? But I always said I'd love to have my own magazine, and I'd love to have something like the 92.3 The Beat Wake Up Show. And hopefully I'm on my way to do both. I got Die4 magazine about to drop, and here I am on Die4 Radio. So, but it's the reason I can say that is because I listen to music like you guys have done. So I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, if I could real quick, because we can just do it on here and I can take it into Pro Tools and make it sound clean, can I get a drop from you? Actually, I got one from Fame, so now I can put it together.
Okay, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what up, y'all? It's your man, Bill Danze, one half of the world's famous M.O.P. Fire Squad. I'm not in the building. I built this motherfucker, and I know my way around. Now, Die4 Radio, man, that's where you get it at. Let's go. Salute.
Woo, that's dope. That's dope. So I got you on that. Yeah, any last words, man, to the fans, followers, everything? I know we talked about a lot and covered a lot, but anything I left out, apologies if I did, that you want to say before I let you go?
Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and spit this right fast. Now, what people don't know about myself or Fame, like we of course, we're doing M.O.P. We're making sure we keep that solid for all our fans out there, but we also venturing off into other things. Fame is doing a lot of production. He got a lot of producers under him. He got his own production company. Myself, I'm running We Build Hits Records, which is a big record company that I just put together, and I got 8 amazing artists from 7 different countries, from 7 different cities, and 1 out of Toronto, Canada. We also we do have a group out of California by the name of Rain Major, so make sure y'all look out for those cats. They got heat. When I say heat, I mean heat. Nothing to play with. And we're also doing a fundraiser for the company. Although we got 5 or 6 label deals on the table, we still want to keep our independence for a little bit longer. So, I'm calling every M.O.P. fan, every Billy Danze fan, just a good music fan, period. You know what I mean? Go to Indiegogo.com, search We Build Hits, make a contribution. If you can't make a monetary contribution, just go ahead and spread the word for us. You know what I mean? We want to get out of this good music recession. And what we have on the label, any radio show or any DJ in the world, we have something that fits your playlist. We went out and handpicked artists that can cover everything. We built a company, so it means we got everything covered from traditional hip-hop to pop music, trap music, everything that you can think of. So, again, you know what I mean? Go to Indiegogo.com, search We Build Hits, make a contribution. If you can't do it monetarily, just spread the word for your boy, man, and let's get out of this recession, you know what I mean?
And you brought it up perfectly, this recession. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. I had forgot the term you used. We got a last-minute somebody chiming in, 707, live on the air. What's happening with you?
What's up, Billy Danze?
What's good? What's going on, family? How you?
Actually, you just covered. I was just gonna bring up the We Build Hits, man. This is Todd Davis, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good, man.
You just filled in the blanks. I thought y'all was signing off before you mentioned the We Build Hits thing, so I was trying to get in real quick, but you summed that up real fast. So I was just trying to cover all bases for you, brother.
Of course, man. I appreciate it, man. You know what? I mean, I'm not going nowhere without bringing my family with me, man. So it's We Build Hits, man, and we are doing exactly that. Like, we got everything covered, man. You know what I mean?
All right, brother. Well, you have a blessed night and a beautiful interview, and thank you all for, doing your thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, family. Slow.
Todd Davis in the house. My other partner in crime, you know what I'm saying? And we have a blast over here, though, man, because we, again, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't still a fan. And I know as a media standpoint, you have a job to do, and I take that responsibility seriously. But I still do it because I'm still just a fan. Like it's like I grew up buying the magazines and the CDs every Tuesday and waiting in lines. I waited in lines for CDs like people wait for Jordans. You know what I mean? And so I still enjoy what I do. But man, it's been an absolute blast. I appreciate you rocking out, this long with us and just supporting what we do. And again, to reiterate, you have a home here. So just please keep us in the loop. Please keep me in the loop. Definitely follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you already, under Dyer Lansky, and just keep me involved, because even if it isn't getting you on the show, give me something to share and retweet and re-Facebook and, whatever we need to do. Let's just make it happen.
Right. Dope. I appreciate you, fam, for real, man. I mean, I'll have Michelle contact you again maybe tomorrow or something and just, throw some things your way. And I'll definitely follow you on Twitter, and we'll definitely stay in touch, man. We'll be, if we got to do it together, man, we do it together. That's all. I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And throw them my way, and I'll catch them, and we'll make something happen. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be all. Again, the recession. I love the word. That's going to be my term of the day, the night, and this whole night. The recession, because it really is a recession. And when you say recession, there is a outcome to that. You know, that's why you can label it. And so we on the way.
Of course, family. Listen,
so,
man, thanks again,
bless
fam.
you, man. Really appreciate. We'll be in touch. Definitely do it. I'm gonna bless these dudes. Woo! Die4 Radio, M.O.P. Salute y'all, man. Until then, you know what? And I gotta say too, I really felt the sentiments you said about Ante Up. I really got it, because what I took out of Ante Up, regardless of what it says there too, is